blink yellow on, but it shows stay red. Now if it stay yellow for too long, let me know. But it shows stay red. Go to
Where's the pad at?
I don't know what pad it.
You can use your phone, put a timer down. This phone got all this stuff on it, and it's so confusing. What song do you want to talk about tonight, or you want to talk about the whole, all of your songs?
Maybe something in honor.
Okay.
No, I don't hear nothing.
So we're doing the first part of the segment is going to be 5 minutes, or you want to go 10? You want to do questions in the beginning? We only got one
did you?
question.
Okay, I was say, did you
That
get
was
in
from
it?
Ebony, but we got more those questions from the last time.
I haven't had a chance to look at them though. I will actually get them. I'm trying to figure out why I don't hear anything.
The mics are off.
No, I got music playing. Is it? It's a delay, so we'll see. Testing, testing. Go to my phone, please. Just go to just go to
Facebook,
yeah.
you shared it to Facebook.
Just put my page. Let me see. I should have.
Is it? It's not muted on the board.
No. Yeah, I hear that, but I'm not hearing music. I'm not hearing music. I hear the microphone. I'm trying to figure out why is it not playing. I got background music playing.
Ah, okay.
Turn your radios up. 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 Turn your radios up.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Maverick Entertainment Group, celebrating 20 years of urban entertainment.
Oh, and we are what they call live, guys. TPN Live with Bobby and Renee. We're doing a special tribute. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so showing that still?
No, we're good. We're live.
We're live? Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. We live.
Okay, so what's happening is tonight, y'all, so that y'all will know. Thank you. Welcome to Bobby and TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Yep.
We have our son he just got trained to run the behind the scenes.
Yeah, because our normal engineer couldn't make it on time earlier today, but
Right.
she's en route.
She's en route here. But see, Bobby had to go. And he has to leave early today, so that's why we are on right now at 5:30 because he had to leave early.
Have to leave early.
He has to be on set. He's going to be on a major set, so we haven't actually announced anything.
No, not yet.
Just yet.
Not yet.
But,
But y'all see in October. That should give y'all some clues.
Yeah, so you got to be on a major set tonight. So that's why we're starting the show early. But we have a special guest.
That's right. We got Mr. Maury Trust Me.
Yes, and he is so special because he is our son.
Yup.
He actually is launching his music career officially.
Music career.
And so we're just excited to be able to interview him on tonight. And you guys, I want you to stay tuned because this is a very wise young man, not just because he's our son.
Well, because he's our son too.
But because he is very wise beyond his years, and he's going to be dropping some knowledge, and we're going to just get into his head a little bit and see where he's at. So I'm super excited about that. We do have a few questions to answer after the show, later on after we do the interview. So y'all stay tuned for those questions.
Yeah. We can do the five questions. Are we doing 5 today?
No, we're not going to do 5 because we don't have a lot of time on today to
Right.
do a full 2-hour show. But
Right.
we are going to do a couple questions that we did receive.
Also, too, let people know August 20th, Sunday, season 4 Survival Remorse comes out.
Yes.
My lovely wife is a part of the cast. She's
I will be on that episode,
yes,
the first episode on August
and y'all might have
20th.
seen the trailer where she busts no boy in the head. You got to
Yes.
find out why she busts him in the head with a bottle.
Why did I have to go through those extremes to bust one of my favorite characters on the show in the head with a bottle?
Yeah, he's a cool dude too.
Yeah,
Rico,
he is.
He's really cool dude.
He is. He's a really nice guy. So, you guys make sure that you tune into Stars. If you don't have it, you can actually get the app a la carte now.
Yeah, on
so you don't
Sling
have
TV.
to. Yeah, you can be on Sling, or you can just get the app.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a major television network like Comcast or DirecTV or anything like that.
Your mama calling you.
I know.
And does she
Mommy
know we
is-
live?
Apparently not. She's interrupting my
She's
live video
so-
right now. But anyway, guys, y'all stay tuned. I am super excited about tonight. We're going to be talking to Maury Trust Me. And he's going to be dropping some knowledge on what he has coming up. So, let me see. Is that our 5 minutes yet for our introduction?
Nah, but you know what? We're gonna cut the commercial break real quick, and when we come back, Mr. Maury Trust Me is gonna be in the hot seat.
Yes, he will be in the hot seat.
Hot seat.
So y'all stay tuned. We're going to the commercials.
All right.
Hi everyone, it's Nadej Bailey. Be sure to tune in to TPN Live with my Auntie Renee and my Uncle Bobby Peoples.
This is John Sylvie,
This is Haley Silly. This is Haley Silly.
and you are watching TPN Live with
Bobby. Renee. Renee.
Enjoy.
No wasting time at all. We're so phenomenal. Come on and give me that. Oh, oh, oh. Gonna be mine every time. Say hey.
Different flavors make the world go around. And now try the flavor of hot honey mustard on the boneless wings meal. Served with crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a 22-ounce drink. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Aloha, my name is Samara Hope, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Hey, this is Devin Bradshaw, and you're tuned in to TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
It's In the Street with Tina B, and I'm tuned in to TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Hello, my name is Mario Williams, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Honey, I wonder if your wife knows you're here right now.
Your dad plays professional football, right?
Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Hello, indie fans. Today I'm here with Eduardo Castrillo, the filmmaker.
Only with Maverick Entertainment, home to the best indie movies.
Hello, it's Cynthia Deck, aka Queen of Abs, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
This is Marissa from Sultry Solutions, and you're tuning into TPN Live with Bobby and Renee Peoples on Instant Radio. Enjoy.
It's here in Walmart. Yes, it is. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. There it is, The Last Assignment. I'm going to put it right back on the shelf right next to King Kong so they won't think I'm trying to steal it or nothing, without buying it first. But it's here, Walmart, Cartersville, Georgia.
All right.
Going live.
Woo, we are what they call
back. Yes.
Yeah, and guess who?
What is that?
Guess who? This tall guy sitting in between us right here.
Yes.
When I first met him, he wasn't that tall though. now he's tall. He's tall.
With hair on his face.
Mari Trustmas.
Yes.
What's going on?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
High vibrations.
High vibrations. Okay, so we're gonna get into all of that. See, because we need to let people know where you coming from and what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
I am super excited about your launch of your music.
Yep.
And just tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what you're working on right now.
Well, right now I'm just working on as far as just being an artist in a major way. I took some time off. I was doing music in 2012. I took some time off mainly because of fear. And then the people that I was working with, it was just a little bit inconsistent. When you're 15, 16 years old, people don't really take you as serious when you say you want to follow your dreams or do something serious like music. So I had to take a little time off in 2012, and I fell in love with something else, which was photography. But mainly right now, let me get back to the question because I tripped off. But mainly right now, I'm just working on dropping music every week. And then, eventually after that, I'll be able to get into doing music videos and all that type of stuff. Just sort of getting my team together now.
Okay. So when you say you're getting your team together, what are you looking for exactly, or what type of team are you building?
That could be a backup dancer or something.
That's not what type of team I'm building. But I'm really looking for a co-manager, a publicist, a marketing team, videographer, and photographer.
Word.
I think that's it. PR.
So what are you gearing up for? So you're looking for a team right now. What exactly are you gearing up to do?
So once I get signed, I'm gonna do a distribution deal, also a partnership with the label. With the company or whatever, and then do a partnership with my label which is basically my team or whatever, and then just expand with myself and other artists as I.
So for those who don't know, what kind of music do you do? I mean, because you got a one look, but I don't want to judge a book by its cover.
Right.
So describe your music to the people who don't know you.
My music is I like to say it's timeless.
Timeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who would you say that your music kind of not mimic, but along the lines of who
influences?
Who was your influence?
My influence is not who I listen to, but just the influence of give you an idea of what my music is.
Right.
Like Drake or like Tory Lanez and stuff like that. That's what it is.
I don't know.
Tory Lanez, you never heard of Tory Lanez?
Tory.
Say It. You gotta do more than just say it. You never heard that song?
No.
Oh, it's a song.
Yeah.
Oh, Say It. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you're gonna say something.
We are so out of touch.
They don't. Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, that's cool. So you kind of sing and rap type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, that's me.
So how long have you been in this journey? I'm saying doing your thing.
Well, it goes way back. If you want to technically, me doing music technically, it's been since I was 15, 14.
All right.
But as far as me just doing talent shows and being inside the music realm, it's been since I was in kindergarten. And I had my first talent show, and we did what was it? It was a Beyonce and Lil Flip or Paul. It was somebody. But I did, it was a little lip sync thing, me and this other girl in my class or whatever. It was in kindergarten or so.
Okay.
So
he's always had a love for music since he was a child. He used to go to the country. Okay, I'm gonna tell this story. He used to go to the country in Mississippi and stay with my mom and my grandma when he was little, growing up, and he had a little keyboard. Okay, and he would take a little keyboard. And he would take his little keyboard and he would go outside. My grandma had a farm, so she had chickens and different animals like that. So he would go outside and he would sing to the chickens, and they would all
before
come.
You eat them.
The dogs, everybody, all of the animals would come and gather around him, and he would stand there and play, and he would sing for them.
Yep.
And so it started then with his love of music, and it was just handed down. He's from a musical background, so I'm just glad that he's now walking in his truth with doing his music. He's a great manager. He knows how to get out there. He knows how to promote. He knows how to do his own thing. But I'm glad that now he's stepping out and
doing it for myself,
doing it for himself.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. So tell me, you came up with the name Mari Trust Me.
Right. Right.
What actually made you come up with that name?
Where the root came from with that?
Yes.
Well, at first I was dealing with a lot of trust issues with a lot of people, mainly women. And that's where Trust Me came from. So in a way, I was thinking, okay, if I make my name Mari Trust Me, it'll be when a girl say, Mari, trust me, trust me. You know what I'm saying?
When the
So
girls
that's
say,
that's originally where
That's slick right there.
it stemmed from.
I like
But
that. So much I named the Bobby Trust Me too.
yeah, you could do that. But see, this is the whole thing though. After me going on this spiritual journey, I finally realized what it really meant. And it was basically telling me to trust myself.
Okay.
Mari, trust me, Mari, trusting yourself, trust me. You know what I mean? So
there's a deeper meaning.
Yeah, it's a deeper meaning to it. At first, it was sort of just dealing with that or whatever, with the whole trust
you're
thing.
a deep kid, so you know what I'm saying. So not only that, guys, he's a great singer, but he's also about to graduate college.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what school you graduating from.
Clark Atlanta University,
That's
class of
you.
2018. Y'all make sure you're out there, ATL, you know what I'm saying, on the west side. Don't be scared to come.
Don't be scared to go past 8 o'clock because it's kind of it's not unfavorable to go down there past 30.
Don't do that.
But other than that though, so you have more just musical talent, but you also have brains and smarts too. So you know what I'm saying. So that's a great combination to have, especially in business. Now, what are you studying out there?
At school, I'm taking on mass communications with a concentration in radio.
Okay. Yeah. So you also have a radio show too, though.
Yeah, a radio show.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about that journey with the radio show, and how does that kind of go into what you're doing after graduation?
Okay, so I basically got into the whole radio realm I just gave it a shot, really. One of my friends had a radio show, and he was a host. And he said he was looking for co-host, and I was like, well, I got a lot to talk about. I could talk to the people, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people come to me for advice, so why not put it on a major wave or a major, platform or whatever? And so I did it.
Now I know you said all the influences you say that you had going on. I didn't hear two major influences, I was hoping to hear, but I'm just going to throw that out there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to put no names out there, Bobby Renee, that the influences... That
you never asked me about my influence of
music.
Of music, never photography or
like you heard me sing around the house, right?
No, you never sung around the house. I'm sorry.
I have to hear him sing.
So my singing voice is not up to, okay.
I've never heard you sing.
I have to hear him sing. Okay,
I don't know if Pops can sing.
Man, I blow. Man, you just don't know what I can say. But I ain't gonna do it today though.
Yeah, don't do it today.
Please don't do it today.
Don't spare the people today.
But also too, guys, I know, like I said, we got a lot of cameras going on. Remember to go to tpn1.com. That's Tom Pat Naston and the number 1.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see this show and all the other shows that we got going on. How we do things. I had to do a little shameless plug there. I see so many cameras and stuff going on here.
Is everything okay over there?
It's beautiful.
We're good. Oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah. So back to the whole Mari Trust Me situation. Now, as far as trust issues for a young artist yourself, like what are some of the things that you had to confront that made you lose trust?
Oh,
right.
Man.
Good question.
Dang, like as far as like women or just like the music industry.
In general. We don't throw no names out there. We don't throw them under the bus.
Okay. Well, as far as women, it was just a lot of. I was going through a lot of karmic relationships, and with that, what I mean by karmic relationships is meaning that you go through the same thing with different people, meaning the same situations happen over and over again. Mm-hmm. And I had to kind of separate myself from a lot of people, a lot of toxic people, and people that weren't safe for me. And then as far as just like the music industry, it's just, the elevation requires separation sometimes. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
Elevation requires separation.
Elevation requires separation.
And
school us on that.
So I was working with this group. I was a part of this group, and we were grinding like all summer. You remember like 2016 summertime. I didn't get a job just because we were, focused on this music, and it was just like a whole lot going on. I gave a lot of time, and eventually, after us going on the journey and really working hard, we finally got what we asked for. And when we finally got it, the people that gave it to us or whatever saw differently about the group, I guess you could say, and eventually it caused for us to go our separate ways.
So that's what you mean by a separation part of your elevation.
Yeah, separation.
So once you separated from the group, that's when you decided to go full-fledged.
Right, because
I
felt like I was doing a lot for the group. Like I introduced the group to social media marketing, branding yourself, as far as like our sound and, which way we should go down and, just, developing an artist, what I mean? Like everything that I wanted to be, per se. And my friends, they had the dream. My friends at the time, they had the dream. And I was like, well, hey, I can, give them the sauce or the game that I know. And we can all,
do it together. But when you went and said, hey, I'm ready, I want to get on too, I want to do my music also, it was not well received.
Yeah, it wasn't,
right?
it wasn't, what's the word? It wasn't, it wasn't received the way that, we talked about it previously before, meeting with major labels and stuff.
So again, elevation requires separation. Yeah. So even because I know last year, if I had even mentioned you guys going your separate way, you would get super upset
I
because that was your life.
We
That
got
was
into a
what
few
you
little disagreements and
right.
stuff like that. I was lashing, crying and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it would have hurt me. Yeah.
But you're saying, you know, with that separation, you were able to actually elevate. And sometimes, and that's a good word, that's, I mean, for all of us, sometimes it does require you to do that.
Right.
You know, sometimes you have to separate from your friends and your family.
Yeah,
you know,
do.
especially the people or the ones that could be toxic to you.
Right.
In order for you to elevate and go to a higher place where God is calling you to be.
Right.
So now tell me, you say you went on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Tell me about the spiritual journey.
So one day I was in my room, but I've been asking God, I was coming to God, I was asking him over and over again. I was just like, you know, what's my purpose? You know, I kept going to him asking him, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What am I sitting here to do? You know what I mean? It just felt like everything was just at a standstill for me for a second. And then it was rocky with the, you know, the group that I was working with. So I was really like, okay, so what's going to be my next step? I'm a junior. I'm about to go into my senior year. It's the summertime. I know I need to get a job. There's things that I want to pay for. There's things that I want to do this summer. What do I need to do? What is my purpose? What is my calling? And then one day I was just in the room and I was watching something, and then like these little light bulbs was flickering, and then they just went off, and then I was just like, my wheels started turning, and I called my mom, like, Mom, like, this is what I'm feeling. This is like, I'm starting to put everything together and stuff like that. She was like, yeah, you might be on to something. You know what I mean? And then, after that, I just started seeking more knowledge. A friend of mine actually helped me seek more knowledge. Her name is Selena. I met her doing an in rape culture shoot with Wisdom. Shout out to Wisdom ATL.
Yes.
Young Atlanta, they got a fashion show today. Shout out to my boy Latif. But
Yes.
this girl named Selena, she helped me on my spiritual journey. And, you know, she gave me a lot of insight and stuff like that, a lot of things that I should read and look up into. And I eventually done that. So, yes.
So when you say you did that to go on your spiritual journey,
right.
When you started thinking bigger, and see, now I want to touch on this because we talk about it all the time, and you know, I see a lot of people talk about it on Facebook. Hey, Lovey D, honey, thank you for the hearts. Thanks for the love.
You can't be talking shout outs while we watch live.
I'm sorry. So I'm sorry I had to shout out on my Facebook live page, y'all. But back to this, when you say you went on your spiritual journey and you're talking about asking God to show you basically what your purpose is and what it is that you need to do.
Right.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you started doing mentally and emotionally, preparing yourself to receive what God, you know, had in store for you. Let's talk about that, and then we can lead into the name of your song.
Okay, so
good segue.
I came home, number one. You know, I had to get away from, I guess, the city and the things that I was doing. You know, I was indulging in a lot of weed smoke to hide a lot of pain that I was feeling. You know, I was hiding a lot of pain that I was feeling or whatever, like, you know, dealing with trust and people and issues and stress and finals and all this type of stuff, things that was going on with me. And I had to fast from that, number one. I had to let go of weed. And it came to me one day when I was just outside. I think it was my first day home. I was outside and I was smoking, and then something was like, if you stop smoking, if you stop, no, not in the house, outside. Jesus Christ. So
we're not mom and dad right now.
Okay.
Chill out.
I was outside and I was smoking, and something was just like, if you stop smoking, you're going to receive a blessing. So nah, it wasn't even that. The weed actually put me on my butt when I got back into the house, because I really don't smoke all of it. I save it, but I was like, okay, cool. So I did that, and after that, I stopped smoking. So it's been 3-4 months I've been sober, the whole summer or whatever. But that I had to cleanse myself for me to be able to see the things that was around me. You know, and then I was still in this group that I was a part of or whatever. And then, you know, one of my friends at the time, his birthday came along, and we linked up and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden everything just felt different.
Things shifted.
The energies just didn't feel the same. Like, you know, the embracement or the way that we talked amongst each other, and the things we say to each other and stuff like that just started to lose meaning or value or feeling or whatever. And then I kind of questioned that. I always wondered why I was feeling some type of way when I was just sitting there and we were just sitting in the studio, and I was just sitting there and I was just looking around the room, and I'm like, dang, like it feel different in here or something like that. You know what I mean? Everybody in there, they high, smoking, drinking, stuff like that, but I'm sober. I'm sitting here looking at everybody. I'm watching my surroundings and stuff, and then the things that I was saying, it was just like everything was just unraveling itself, so to speak. So after that, the incident happened between us, with me and my friends at the time. I reached out to them and said how I felt or whatever, and they didn't receive it as like how I thought they would. Which is kind of strange because I thought that we could always come to each other as brothers. Right. We went into it like a brotherhood. We said that we could always come to each other and talk about anything. But it seemed like this one instance that I had to talk about, it just touched them in a certain place. But in reality, they already was feeling something against me. Mm-hmm. So that's why when I said something, they didn't receive it the way that I thought they would. And then I guess that gave them the even more to be like, okay, we can let him go now. Like, we don't have to, hold on to this anymore. He feels this type of way. So he's sort of distancing himself from us. And in a way I wasn't. I just was letting them know how I felt about the situation. And we could have actually talked about the situation and moved on with the situation if we would have moved accordingly, how we've always been way before we had got to these major labels and stuff like that. Right.
So you were supposed to move as one, and you felt as though
people were moving in their own ways. Right.
Okay. So keep that in mind. We're going to get ready to cut to commercial. When we come back, I want to talk about, we're going to segue into your song.
Okay.
And how you came up with your song the first song that you dropped after being a part of your group.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and cut to commercial.
Hi everyone, it's Nadej Bailey. Be sure to tune in to TPN Live with my Auntie Renee and my Uncle Bobby Peoples.
This is John Sylvie.
This is Haley Silly. This is Hannah Silly.
And you are watching TPN Live with
Bobby Renee.
Enjoy.
No wasting time at all. We're so phenomenal. Come on and give me that. Oh, oh, oh. Gonna be mine every time.
Different flavors make the world go around. And now try the flavor of hot honey mustard on the boneless wings meal. Served with crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a 22-ounce drink. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Aloha, my name is Samara Hope, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Hey, this is Devin Bradshaw, and you're tuned in to TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
It's In the Street with Tina B, and I'm tuned in to TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Hello, my name is Mario Williams, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Honey, wonder if your wife knows you're here right now.
Your dad plays professional football, right?
Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Hello, indie fans. Today I'm here with Eduardo Castrillo, the filmmaker.
Only with Maverick Entertainment, home to the best indie movies.
Hello, it's Cynthia Deck, aka Queen of Abs, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
This is Marissa from Sultry Solutions, and you're tuning into TPN Live with Bobby and Renee Peoples on Instant Radio. Enjoy.
It's here in Walmart. Yes, it is. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. Ah, there it is, the last assignment. I'm going to put it right back on the shelf right next to King Kong so they won't think I'm trying to steal it or nothing, without buying it first. But it's here, Walmart, Cartersville, Georgia.
Hey, y'all.
We are back.
We're back. We're back. We're in the house. Hey,
We're back here with Mari. For those who's tuning in, this is Mari. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is Renee, and I'm Bobby. Just in case y'all didn't know.
That's us. Y'all, we were having a really deep conversation with Mari. And for those of you that's just tuning in, make sure y'all go to www.tpn1.com and click on the TPN Live logo there and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
So you get all notifications for all our shows.
And also share this link. Share. And my Facebook Live. Thank you all for joining, and make sure you guys share.
And click
y'all
the
have
notification button.
Yes, and y'all have to y'all pay attention to this young man. He is dropping a lot of knowledge and wisdom.
And he is too.
Really?
What happened?
That's what I was talking about.
Told
So
you.
y'all make sure y'all stay
Not
tuned,
again.
and we're gonna finish our conversation that we were talking about before we had to cut the break. Okay, so let's go ahead and segue back into your conversation.
Okay.
So tell us, after you had you broke away.
Yeah.
At this point, this
Yep.
is where we are. We're talking about. Just give us a little recap. We were talking about him being a part of a group.
Yeah.
They were very, very close last summer.
Yep.
They did everything together.
Yep.
Everything.
Everything.
Even down to staying here with us. And,
in one room. We all stayed in my room.
Right. And some things happened, and they had to separate.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Mari is saying, separation.
Well, elevation requires separation.
Elevation requires separation, and I love that.
It's not even about you being selfish. It's called self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
That's what my mom had to break down to me.
Yes.
It's not even about, you trying to be about yourself and stuff like that, because when you're giving, and you're all about somebody else and they love it, but as soon as you want to do something for you or go on your own path or something like that, then the people, you will see who really loves you. You'll see who really supports you. You know what I mean? Because people, real friends, will be like, okay, yeah, do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do that. But anybody else that really don't care about what you got going on and only worried about, them and what they have going on and stuff like that, they gonna be like, man, you being selfish, bro. You being real selfish and stuff. So it's self-preservation. It's not about being selfish at all.
And that's the thing that we had to learn.
Yeah, definitely have to break that down
as
to me.
adults, we have to learn that just growing up, it's about self-preservation.
Yep.
So tell us about. So you're saying that you were on the spiritual journey.
Yep.
You had to
still
cleanse
on
your
the spiritual
system.
journey now.
You're still on the spiritual journey.
Right.
And you had to cleanse your system. You had to go and do a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Reading.
more into meditation,
Right.
prayer.
Still trying to get more into meditation.
Learning about the chakras
Right.
and how important they are
Got some more right now.
in your life.
Right.
So just tell us a little bit about what you've learned and what you've had to actually I guess face. And then tell us about how that led into your song.
I had to so first I had to face a lot of self-truth about myself. But just as far as like fear, different things that I was dealing with myself, a lot of things that I was feeling, and I was like, nah, I didn't really like that, but it was like that for real. Just coming to grips with myself and honestly just being rooted with myself. Everything starts with the root. And the root is where everything can be manifested and, start fresh. So I had to do that. And a lot of things that I learned along with, self-preservation, just elevating yourself, speaking more life into things that you do, speaking more love and spreading more love, and just being more of who you are and who you are really, being more of who you are and not what others want you to be. So yeah.
So how did that segue into your song? Let's talk about your song.
Yeah, the title of the song.
The title of the song.
So that was actually the second song I recorded in the studio. But it's called Manifest, and that's the first song that we dropped.
Okay.
That I dropped with two of my friends, Drew and B1. One day I went to their house. Well, I went to B house, and they was recording or whatever, and then it was like feeding into his stuff, you lose track of where you supposed to be at. Like, you like Charlemagne. You like Charlemagne. Yes. Because
first of all, Charlemagne, he's cool. I like Charlemagne, but I'm not, he raw. I'm not that raw.
You made me get off of where I was supposed to be at. But
yes, let's get back to your song.
Okay. Back to Mari Trust Me and the song Manifest.
That's right.
So basically, like I was telling, the friends that I had at the time, or whatever, I was telling them a lot of things that we should speak about in our music should be things that we want to manifest, not necessarily things that we're doing or going through right now. It can be things that we're going through right now, but also, the things that we want to manifest, like going overseas, fly cars, different things that you want to have of value to you, and the things that you want to see yourself, flourish into or whatever. So Manifest basically came about because I felt like everything on the song that me and my friends were talking about were things that we wanted to manifest, you know what I'm saying? And it just came so natural. And then I was just like, we were sitting there listening to the song. I was like, what should we name it? I was like, Manifest. You know what I mean? And for those who don't know what manifest is, manifest is basically speaking something into the universe that you want. You speak what you seek until you see what you have said. And
wait. Now let's go. The power of manifestation.
Right, exactly.
So, and especially in your generation and in my generation, they don't understand or know what that means.
Right.
So name a couple songs, because we talked about it.
Yeah.
A couple songs that other people has done,
right,
and it manifested in their life.
Kanye West, if you know, he was talking about he got married to a white woman or something like that, and then he eventually got married to Kim Kardashian. You got They Don't Want to See Me Winning by Kodak Black. They want to see me locked up in the penitentiary. A few months later, not even a few weeks later, he went to jail. What else? It's plenty of songs that people don't even know that they're manifesting things into their life. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking it on a track. And then a lot of people don't know that the thing that you're listening to eventually becomes your life. Subconsciously. And you don't even know it. Like, when I was in high school, I was just to a lot of like Chief Keef and stuff like that, which explained a lot of reason why I was doing the things that I was doing and go through the things that I was going through. And at the time, I couldn't really understand it, you know what I mean? But it's just like you're feeding your soul those things, and then the things that you're feeding your soul and the things that you're reciting into your universe eventually becomes what it is.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget, even as adults, sometimes we forget that our, the power of life and death is in our tongue and in our thoughts. And, when we're always claiming to be sick,
you're going to be sick.
You're going to be sick.
Right.
When you say, oh, I'm broke,
you're going to be broke.
You're going to be broke.
Yep.
And even if funds are low for us at the time, I tell my children, not right now. I don't say, oh, I'm broke or what
but
do you
think? You never want to say that your funds is low either, because then you have resistance on the things that you want to manifest.
That's
or the law of attraction that's supposed to be coming to you. So you could be like, simply, you don't have to say you don't have it. Just be like,
not right now.
Just not right now.
Get out my face.
Not right now.
Just get out my. Don't ask me nothing. Get out my face.
because the things that you're thinking and the things that you're doing and saying and seeking, it comes to pass. Like one of my cousins had put on Facebook today. He said, you ever think about when you're thinking about a person that you haven't talked to in a long time, right? From high school, from college, or whatever, from, a friend from back in the day that you have not talked to in a long time, but that person has been on your mind. Eventually, you're going to find they're going to come to cross your path.
Yeah.
Because you have thought them up so much where the universe was listening.
Speak of the devil.
Right. and that was a term that we always used to use, speak of the devil. That doesn't mean that you're the devil.
Right.
But it was just something that Right.
Depends
That
what
was
you
just
talk about.
something that, right. It's just something that actually, happens because your thoughts, were out there. Your vibrations was high when you were thinking of this particular person.
Right. Well,
and that person called
Renee
you.
pregnant.
What?
That would be
no.
right.
I'm
That
putting it out there in the
vibration
universe.
because
Why?
because my universe is saying no.
Exactly. My universe is saying no too.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
We're not doing that. I rebuke that.
It's over.
I cast it down. I kick it out the door.
It's over with.
And everything else.
Don't shoot down my dreams because you're all positive and
It's
all
over.
Fine.
But I'm glad that you have come to terms and come to grips with your music and with everything that you're doing.
Which is good music to it, by the way.
Yes,
I mean, it's not like some of the music out there we hear and I can't understand the words they're saying or know what we know what the context is about.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying it because you're my son. I'm just saying because I understand it and I can feel it. I can feel the passion in the voice when you are talking, when you are singing or rapping on the song, but also in the tone that you talk to your friends, not as you're their superior, but as their confidant and say, hey, look, I'm speaking life into you, my brother, my sister, my friend. And when we hear you on the phone talking, I was like, babe, this boy got so much passion when he talked to people. You know what I'm saying? So people have no choice but to understand and fit and take in what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good thing because it's positive.
Yeah.
So other than Manifest, what other song you got going on?
I just dropped. Well, Wednesday I just dropped on remixed.
Now you said drop. Like where is that?
Oh, you could go on everywhere. You could go on SoundCloud.
Okay. SoundCloud.
Tumblr. But everything is linked in. So Mari Trust Me, MARITRUSTME, trust me, just like how it sounds, just like how it's spelled.
Mari Trust Me.
Yeah.
So they can search on any social media.
Yeah, any social media, Mari Trust Me, and I'm gonna pop up.
Okay.
I'm the only person with that name, only person with that hashtag. It's only me. So, but I just dropped the remix, Trust Mix, I like to call it, of New Wave, and then last week I dropped a cover to SZA's song The Weeknd. And Manifest was my first song. I have plenty of songs I still haven't dropped yet. It's just trying to really come out with more singles. But I had to get these covers off of my chest first because these are things that I wanted to do in the first place. But there's nothing wrong with doing covers because it's definitely people out there looking to see what other people can do with the song that their favorite artists have made.
Yeah.
So like far as the album is concerned, like how far deep into you are into the album or what's
I'm not going to do an album per se or a mixtape until I reach a certain amount of hearts.
Okay. All right. So so hearts
meaning like people.
Okay.
But I want people to love it, to love the music, you know what I mean? That's why I'm reaching hearts. I'm not trying to reach people because
so you're not looking for likes.
Yeah, I'm not looking for likes. I'm not looking for the praise. I'm not looking for, oh yeah, he do that, that's my guy. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for people to genuinely love the music, love the message, love what's being said, because somebody that loves you will do anything for you. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you sure philosophy not your major?
I'm
just saying.
I didn't see. What's crazy is if I would have been thinking the way that I'm thinking now. If I would have been thinking now, I probably would have chose philosophy to be my major. Right. But I don't think it's something that school. I don't think that's something that school would have been able to teach me. I think my life experiences, the things that I've encountered with my life, has taught me a lot of things that I know now.
I definitely agree with that.
School can only teach you so much, but and then on top of that, they haven't even. That's just all another conversation. It makes you who you are. You know what you are. You know what I mean. What sets you aside? What sets you original from everybody else? But yeah, I do that. I really want to get into a lot of high fashion. I also model for Lucid. I'll be in their lookbook that they dropping this year. It's supposed to be this year or maybe next year. But I want to definitely do a lot of high fashion modeling, like overseas and stuff. You know, for I guess like Gucci, Louis, Margiela, Off-White and stuff like that. So that's
okay. So let's put that out there.
Yeah.
That you're open to doing,
but not in Atlanta because you did some stuff in New York too, didn't you?
I didn't do anything in New York per se, but I've been to New York.
I mean, but I thought you did.
Check it out. Hola, This is Nilsa, and I'm watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee on Instinct Radio.
You've been watching TPN Live with Renee. Please be sure to check them out right here every first and third Thursday of the month.
No wasting time at all. We're so phenomenal. Come on and give me that. Oh, oh, oh. Gonna be mine every time.
Different flavors make the world go around. And now try the flavor of hot honey mustard on the boneless wings meal. Served with crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a 22-ounce drink. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Hi, I'm Sinedria Potter Holt with Real Appraisals, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee Peoples, a new informative show that you don't want to miss.
What's up, everybody? My name is Monica Harris. I am a pastor. I am a life coach. I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm a mentor, aspiring author, also the 2017 Archie Magazine Atlanta Woman of Achievement Award winner. Yay! But it's not about me tonight. It's all about Bobby and Renee Peoples on the TPN Live Network. Look, you are listening to Bobby and Renee Peoples on TPN Live. Don't move. I hear there's some great stuff on here. So I gotta go. I gotta listen to the show. Catch you next time with Bobby and Renee Peoples on TPN Live.
Hello, it's Cynthia Deck, aka Queen of Abs, and you're watching TPN Live with Bobby and Renee.
Honey, I wonder if your wife knows you're here right now.
Your dad plays professional football, right?
Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Hello, indie fans. Today I'm here with Eduardo Castrillo, the filmmaker.
With Maverick Entertainment, home to the best indie movies.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Lim Collins here to remind y'all to tune in to TPN Live with my family, Bobby and Renee Peoples. Get ready.
I had my first interview maybe last month.
All right, yes, we are back. Yes, hey.
Back with Mari Trust Me.
Mari Trust Me, yes.
And I'm Bobby, that's Renee, just in case for those who don't know. The title of the show is Bobby and Renee, but y'all might know with somebody else. Who knows?
Really? For those of you that's just joining and just coming on, we are interviewing Mari Trust Me, a new upcoming artist,
and actor,
model. He's just a quadruple threat.
I'm a creative.
He's a creative.
Just say that.
He's a creative.
He's going to change his name to a symbol. This is going to just be like a symbol.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that too. So okay, before we get into that, I just want to recap a little bit. We're going to recap a little bit about what we talked about. He was talking about his journey, his spiritual journey that he had to go on in order to get to where he is right now. Right. The first thing he said was really great when you talked about elevation requires separation. Mm-hmm. That right there hit me, and we kind of focused on that a little bit. Elevation requires separation, and he talked about him separating from the things and the people, the things that he was doing and the people who he was affiliated with. Not that they're bad people, but he just had to separate himself so that he can get to where he is. Right now today. And then we talked about manifestation, speaking things into existence and meditation and vibrating on a higher level. We talked about that. And one of the things that you said, and I got to get that quote from you, and I'm going to quote it all the time. Yeah. You speak